Well, hey guys, and welcome back to Ellesdesigndiary. My name is Noelle if you're new, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the transferable skills that are most important when transitioning into UX design and what you should highlight during your interview process and on your resume and LinkedIn profiles. So if you're interested, then keep on watching this video, and without further ado, let's jump right in. Are you considering a career change into UX design but don't feel like you quite have the right experience? Well, don't worry, because no matter your work history, background, or previous experience, you have likely developed valuable skills that can play a vital role in forging your new career path into UX design. So first, let's talk a little bit about what transferable skills are. So transferable skills are abilities and knowledge that you've gained in one career field that can be applied to another. So in order to leverage transferable skills effectively, it's important that you start by identifying the skills within your current skill set that are relevant to UX design. When it comes time to apply for positions, these unique skills that you've identified will certainly set you apart from the competition, as well as demonstrate your value that you're able to bring to the company. Now let's talk about some of the transferable and soft skills most common for UX designers or those looking to transition into UX design. So some of these skills include problem solving, critical thinking, communication, empathy, and presentation skills. Empathy is one of the most crucial skills for UX designers. This is the ability to understand and relate to users' needs, emotions, and experiences. And having an empathetic perspective in the field of UX design can help you to successfully be able to craft designs that address your users' pain points and deliver meaningful, intuitive digital experiences for your consumers and users. So communication is also another vital skill to have as a designer. As designers often have to collaborate cross-functionally with team members, which can include fellow designers to discuss design direction and stakeholders to acquire additional information to improve and defend design decisions. So personally for me, I transitioned into UX design with a healthcare background, so lots of great transferable skills coming from that field. For example, empathy, time management, problem solving, interviewing, communication, presentation skills, and many more is what I've gained from my time working in healthcare. So I want to just kind of pause here and just talk to you a little bit about how I was able to apply those skills during the interview process. So for example, empathy. When you're working in healthcare, you have to empathize with your patients. You have to really understand and put yourself in their shoes and be able to understand the pain that they're in, or how they could feel with whatever particular issue they're presenting for that day. As far as interview skills, you have to interview your patients initially to find out what the actual problem is so you can solve the problem for them. So that's very similar, and there's lots of overlap with user interviews in that case, because with user interviews, you are typically interviewing your users to understand their frustrations and pain points regarding a specific application, whether it's a web or mobile application or even a process. So communication is also something that's very common working in the healthcare industry, and it translates to UX as well. As mentioned earlier, you're constantly collaborating with your team members, stakeholders, and other fellow designers on the team working as a UX designer. And in healthcare, you're communicating with your stakeholder, which is your doctor or PA or nurse practitioner that you're working with, as well as your patients and any other staff that you may be working with. You have to have effective communication working in that type of fast-paced environment. So those are just some of the skills and some of the ways that I kind of presented that during my interview process. I know there's lots of people who transition into UX from education backgrounds, or maybe working in the fast food industry or just the food industry as a waitress or a hostess. Surely there are skills that you can kind of sit down and identify that would be applicable to UX design. So it's really up to you to kind of sit down and identify those and really understand how you can apply those in your role as a UX designer. So one other skill I forgot to mention that I use as a transferable skill during my transition from healthcare to UX design was advocacy. Advocacy is another huge one that I should have mentioned before, but you want to make it seem like you are very capable of advocating for your user, because as a UX designer, that is your primary function on your team. Your product manager is typically responsible for making sure that the product that you're designing is meeting the business requirements, and it's up to you to ensure that it's meeting the user's needs as the user experience designer. So in healthcare, you advocate for your patients very often. You have to call insurance companies to get things covered for them, certain procedures and medications, and it's very similar, and again, lots of overlap with UX design there. So advocacy is another big one, so keep that in mind. There are a few tips that I would like to leave you with. First, you want to ensure that you update your resume and LinkedIn profile to highlight these transferable and soft skills, and explain in the job descriptions how you were able to successfully contribute to a project or a team while utilizing these skills that you have identified. Finally, if you're having a hard time identifying relevant skills for your desired role, you may want to consider gaining additional technical skills through online courses, online courses or certifications to complement your existing skill set. Excuse me. So just remember, with the right approach and a strong foundation of transferable and soft skills, you can make a successful career change in the tech or UX industry. So I wish you the best of luck, and I hope this video was helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Please be sure to share this with anyone looking to interview for a UX position or interested in UX design, and leave any comments down below if you have any questions for me. So thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace and love. Bye for now.